good. Hold on! Nathan! They're gaining on us! I know! We'll crank it! Sam, I'm going as fast as I can! Keep heading towards the island. I'll try to hold them off. Ah, shit! Here they come! They got smaller boats! Ram them! Got it! Hey, assholes! Tell your bosses to find their own damn treasure! Not doing much damage here! Just keep them at bay! Big boat! Big boat! They're dropping mines! I see them! Just keep heading towards the island! Don't let them get in front of you! Okay! Shit, the engine's out! What? I can fix it! Just cover me! God damn it!
Welcome everybody, Josh here, back again today with a brand new YouTube video. Today we're talking about this, which is microtransactions in video games. So this is a video that I didn't really want to talk about just because of the fact that I like playing video games. I like playing single player video games with a lot of story and a lot of characters, a lot of heart to it. And I just don't think we're getting that anymore. I think that we're getting a lot of these video games that want to charge you $70 up front, and then you get your DLC, you get your microtransactions, which basically ruin the flow of the video game. And it's basically trying to get you to spend more money after the fact that you've already purchased said video game. And a lot of the content nowadays is being pulled from these single player experiences as well as the multiplayer experience to being sold back to you as microtransactions. And what do I mean by that? So in the old days, when you actually booted up your Xbox or your PlayStation, whether that's the PS2, the Xbox 360, or even the Xbox One or the Xbox Series S and X, in the old days you actually booted up your game, you played through the multiplayer, you earned weapons, cosmetics, and stuff like that in the game. You didn't actually have to pull out your credit card if you didn't want to. The only thing you really had to pull out your credit card for in terms of the past was to buy their map packs, and Halo 2 was actually one of those first couple of video games that actually implemented the whole map pack idea, where they would charge you money for the map packs in the game, and things like Call of Duty implemented that feature later on. Now, I will not go over the history or of these microtransactions in video games. A lot of these other channels out there do have a really good track record of kind of following this thing and basically going through the entire history of microtransactions. But being that I've been playing video games since the 90s with the SNES, and then I got N64, and then I got the PS2, the Xbox, and subsequently my family had basically every single system down the line, I've noticed a trend in video games where they want to charge you money afterwards. They want to charge you for things like DLC packs, they want to charge you for the battle passes, they want to charge you for the microtransactions in the games, like better weapons, cosmetics, as well as gear and camos, which on its surface wouldn't really be a bad thing if every video game company out there didn't do it. But when it becomes to be a thing that every single video game studio out there does, where you can't actually earn weapons and cosmetics and stuff like that in the game, you have to actually pull out your credit card and buy the stuff that comes afterwards, it's going to be a problem. It's one of the things that really causes me to not want to play multiplayer first-person shooters or third-person shooter action games anymore. In the past, I played things like Halo, Call of Duty, Gears of War, stuff like that online where you could casually earn weapons and cosmetics in game. And gradually they've taken that away, like I stated before. They implemented a feature where you have to play up against people that already have the battle passes, and if you don't have the battle passes, it creates a FOMO effect where you want those weapons and skins in the game, game, so you end up pulling out your credit card and actually buying that stuff. And I just don't think that that is a viable option. I think that a lot of people now, especially with today's economy, don't really have that ability to pull out their credit card whenever they feel like it and pay for the weapons, cosmetics, map packs, and the battle passes and stuff in the game. Very few people actually have the income and the means to actually do that. And I think that's one of the things that's really ruining the player base. It's really making it so the community is kind of split within the video games itself. And I think that without the microtransactions, without buying the map packs and the battle passes and stuff, we'd be seeing a much different experience. We'd be having a much better experience playing video games, and a lot more people would be a little bit more social on these games, because in the past I used to play video games for hours and unlock these new skins. Even in Call of Duty, they used to have these things called prestige mode in Call of Duty, where you would play the game up to a certain point and you could either prestige to the next level, now to unlock new weapons loadouts as well as new gun skins as you progressed. And you don't really see that anymore. You don't really get that option to kind of have that icon on the gamer tag that you created while playing that video game, and that kind of ruins the fun and the experience of trying to grind for hours for new weapons and cosmetics and stuff like that, because you don't really get that. You just pull out your credit card and you're good to go. And I think that a lot of these video games, especially the video game experiences in general, have been lacking and lackluster lately, and a lot of that is due to the fact that they cut content out of their game that was supposed to be there at launch and they implement it later as paid DLC, or they even have it day one as day one DLC that you have to buy. And I just think that's a scummy move. I think it's a scummy business practice, and I wish that a lot of these companies would actually stop doing that, especially games that I played in the past like Halo, Gears of War, Call of Duty, stuff like that kind of required you to grind for hours for these games. I wish there was a way to access weapons and cosmetics just by grinding through the game and playing through it and maybe earning points along the way, so that way you can buy the battle passes and buy the character skins that you want. And I don't think that every single video game is bad at this. One game that I actually do play still that I really do like is Fortnite. And Fortnite, you don't really have to buy any of that stuff, but it's generally accepted that you do because you're supporting the developers, and the game is basically free once you start playing it. And I actually play that game a lot. I prefer solo no build to playing with a team or whatever, but I think that Fortnite is one of those games where you don't have to buy those cosmetics, you don't have to buy the battle passes, but once you do, it does basically give you some new character skin that's not really affecting the game or even your strategy for playing that game for that matter. So that's the gist of the whole microtransaction thing in video games now. I think that Star Wars Battlefront really destroyed the whole microtransaction thing. It kind of made a lot of us rethink buying video games in the near future. I think that was one of the games where we were like, holy crap, like these studios just want our money. And so a lot of us have pulled back a little bit, and I think that the first game that really implemented this was Call of Duty is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. They had a loot box system. Back then you could still earn weapons and cosmetics and stuff like that in the games, but gradually over time you saw that that was taken away and you had to buy the stuff in games. So those are my overall thoughts and opinions over microtransactions in gaming. It's the reason why I don't really play multiplayer shooters anymore. I don't even really play FPS or third-person shooters online anymore. I used to play them all the time with my friends, but lately I just kind of dropped out of it just because of the fact that I prefer single-player campaigns with stories and story-driven narratives to just buying battle passes and grinding over time. But those are my overall thoughts and opinions over microtransactions in gaming. Hopefully we can raise awareness enough to this basically gambling business practice to the point where these studios can eventually take this stuff out of our games, because I think that if these were not implemented in the games, or if they're a little bit more fair, I would probably play multiplayer online video games a little bit more. But I really don't play multiplayer video games that much because of the microtransactions, the DLC, the battle passes, and all that stuff. Like, it just turns me off as a video game player and someone that's been playing games since the 90s. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of microtransactions in video games. Do you like them? Do you not like them? Do you support the game developers who make these games? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Evac's definitely underway!
Yeah, but the grub's already tearing up the place. We gotta get down there. Control, this is Delta. We're on the Reavers approaching Jacinto Command. Don't shoot. I repeat, do not shoot. This is Delta Squad coming in. Anya, we just been hit. Call off the gun.
Sorry, Delta. Guns called off. Prepare for landing.
Watch out! That was too close.
Marcus, the chairman and Colonel Hoffman are here with me at control. Get here as soon as you can.
You heard her. Let's move.
Nice work, Phoenix. Your squad did good.
What's the status?
In progress. We've evacuated most of Jacinto, but we still need more time to evac gears from the Hollow.
Do we have a plan to sink Jacinto?
Almost. We're finalizing the logistics now.
When you first sent this information, Sergeant Phoenix, I thought you were insane.
You seem to have that effect on people.
But it looks like your father was right all this time.
Imagine that.
Locust troops have breached the courtyard.
We're on it.
Not without me, you aren't. If this is Jacinto's last stand, I'm not sitting it out.
Fair enough.